Good morning and welcome again to our morning session in Ansite 2 Introduction to Livestock and Poultry. So, last time we had a review of our Module 5, which is Poultry Production and Management. So, at this point, recalling back on Module 2, which is about dairy, cattle, and buffalo management. So we're going to review because I remember last time uh, we haven't just really watched this video. So at this point, let's have a look on the videos, and after such, we're going to have a little review of your cattle and dairy cattle and buffalo management examination. So let's just watch this shorter version first.
Salamat Dok sa inyo, salamat sa patulong nyo.
Kung pagbabanat lang naman ng mga buto ang pag-uusapan, aba, ang hayop na kalabaw hindi pa huhuli pagdating sa kasipagan. At ang gatas nila, titik pa sa sustansya. Kaya naman ngayong umaga, makasaya ko sa kanila. Masipag, matyaga, iyan ang simbolo ng kalabaw dito sa Pilipinas. Umulan, bumagyo, hataw, panalo. Kaya naman dito sa Philippine Carabao Center dito sa Nueva Ecija, susubukan kong maging kaibigan ng mga kalabaw na bumibida. Mukhang gutom na ang mga kaibigan kong kalabaw. Paano ba naman? Umaga pa lang, rinig na rinig mo na ang kanilang mga hiyaw. Dito sa PCC, kaliwat kanan ang mga kalabaw na galing pa sa iba't ibang bansa. Ang lahat ginagamit para sa milk production at para sa mga iba't ibang dairy products. At nandito ako ngayon sa piling ng mga kalabaw na ginagatasan sa kanilang dairy production. Ayan, so Sir Sai, all in all, ilan po ba itong kalabaw na makikita sa PCC?
Dito sa loob ng gene pool, dito sa farm natin, meron tayong kasalukuyan na 530. Mula yun sa mga bata hanggang dito sa mga inahin natin. Pero yung kasalukuyan, yung ginagatasan natin sa milk line natin, meron tayong 110. Meron doon yung mga bulo, yung maliliit.
Okay.
Tapos meron doon yung mga lalaki na pinapalaki natin para maging bulugan. At itong mga inahin natin ng mga babae. Meron din tayong mga dumalaga, pampalit doon sa mga inahin.
Hindi naman talaga magugutom ang mga kalabaw dito dahil maliban sa umagahan at hapunan, may mga snacks pa sila. Kumakain sila ng iba't ibang damo tulad ng Napier grass na nakapagpaparami ng dami ng gatas. Karamihan kasi sa mga narito, babaeng kalabaw na siyang ginagamit para sa dairy production. Aba, tingnan mo nga naman, 20% ng kabuang nakukuhang gatas ay pinapainom sa mga baby carabaos. Kasama sa mga kinakain ng mga batang kalabaw ay starter feed, tubig at tuyong mga dahon para ma-develop ang rumen o yung pinakamalaking compartment ng kanilang mga tiyan. Mula sa pagkapanganak ay hinihiwalay na ang mga baby carabao sa kanilang mga nanay para turuan agad silang maging independent sa kinakain, iniinom at sa kapaligiran. Sa loob ng 3 months, inaalagaan silang parang talagang mga tunay na baby. Pinapainom ang mga baby sa loob ng 3 hanggang 5 araw ng colostrum o ang unang fresh milk ng isang mother carabao. Mayaman ito sa protein at antibody content, kaya naman healthy agad ang lumalaking kalabaw. Sa kasalukuyan, may 55 na baby carabao na inaalagaan dito. At marami pang madadagdag ngayong October.
Meron tayong 2 breed. Meron tayong Bulgarian Miura Buffalo. Meron tayong Brazilian Miura Buffalo galing sa Brazil.
Yun naman pala halos magkakamukha talaga mga kalabaw dito. At meron pang kalabaw na nakangiti. At dahil sa mga milking ang mga mother dito, sinubukan ko na rin na maggatas ng kalabaw. Kung akala nyo na hila lang ng hila ang paggatas, mapabaka man, kambing o kalabaw. Aba, hindi. dahil may tamang paghawak at pagpisil sa mga dibdib ng mga hayop na ito. May tendency kasi na masaktan din sila, lalo na ito. First time nagatasan ang kalabaw na ito. Pareho kami. First time ko rin, kaya naman excited at may halong kaba. Dalawang beses sa isang araw ginagatasan ang mga kalabaw, isa sa umaga at isa sa hapon. Ang gatas ng kalabaw ay mayaman sa calcium at good source ng iba't ibang minerals tulad ng magnesium, potassium, at phosphorus. Less cholesterol din ang gatas ng kalabaw, pero mas marami itong fat at calories. Nakapagpapatibay ng buto, ngipin, puso at mainam para lumakas ang ating resistensya. At kung sustansya lang din naman, susubukan kong makita kung saan nga ba dinadala ang sinasabi nilang 80% ng total milk production. Saan pa? Dito sa pagawaan ng cheese.
Ryan, andito na tayo kung saan ginagawa ang cheese na gawa sa Carabaw's milk. Katulad na lang nitong mozzarella cheese.
Malasa at masarap ang fresh cheese na ginagawa dito. Through machine at manually ang mga cheese na mula sa gatas ng kalabaw. O diba? Pasok na pasok ngayong Christmas season. At sinubukan ko ring maghiwa ng kesong puti. Talaga nga naman. Kaya naman subukan na natin mga kapamilya at mga kababrayan ang sarap ng gatas at kesong hatid ng ating pambansang hayop, ang kalabaw. Tangkilikin ang sariling atin, masustansya at masarap na, hindi pa kamahalan sa bulsa. Kaya naman pag may time, pumasyal-pasyal sa Carabao Farm dito sa PCC para ang mga mata busog na sa eksena at ang katawan healthy pa.
Okay, so that is from the PCC or the Philippine Carabao Center. So that is what they have been doing to preserve the Philippine breeds and also yung mga breeds na available from other countries. So, and also the cheese making and milking of Carabao. So I hope you also, if you have resources, you must try Carabao products, milk products such as yung mga fresh milk at saka cheese. So let's watch again this next video.
The rights of people to access sufficient food for nourishment and to define their own food systems are constantly being challenged by burgeoning population, dwindling land and water resources, and other mighty forces of nature. Amidst this scenario, the demand for animal-derived food products, such as meat and milk, remains high and is projected to increase in the years to come.
Well, for the last 20 years, we have established the foundation of the Carabao Development Program. It's basically focused on creating the desired genetics.
The Philippine Carabao Center, or PCC, whose mandate was enunciated by law, works along the area of producing high-quality milk and meat products, as well as in improving the lives of the rural farmers and in addressing the concerns of the Carabao-based industries. From changing lives on the ground and engaging previously subsistent rural families for increased productivity, the PCC today shifts to a bold approach of transcending boundaries for inclusive development for the greater benefit of the industry, stakeholders, and the environment in which PCC productivity operates. The PCC is geared up to a new challenge of venturing into an all-encompassing research shift that of pursuing R4D research for development for the holistic well-being of not only the people it serves, but also of the environment and the changing scenarios in human and animal lives, as well as the lives of the communities and the nation. This gallant stand will be made possible with the apparatus system, its scientists, and the men and women, and the resolve established. The Carabao Development Program, designed as the PCC's blueprint, of course, aligns the agency's sight towards its mission. It sets the frontier in which PCC, as the premier research for development institution, operates. Genetic transformation of the Philippine carabao for superior milk and meat production is the overall goal of the Genetic Improvement Program, a system for the selection, propagation, and evaluation of breeds and genetic improvement strategy is actively being implemented. It is calculated to lead toward the development of superior animals that are economically important in the production scheme. Selection and propagation are enhanced using DNA markers, applicable reproductive biotechnologies and techniques, and DNA-based methodologies. This is performed both on the native and purebred buffaloes. Animals with the best quality genetics are utilized for massive upgrading of swamp buffaloes in the country through artificial insemination or AI. AI services are being carried out through an army of technicians from the local government units, DA regional field units, and PCC under Dairy Herd Improvement and Enterprise Development Program. In addition, PCC capacitates barefoot technicians, now called village-based artificial insemination technicians, who trod remote areas, valleys, hills, mountains, and difficult trails to reach breedable carabao owners. On the other hand, farmers in some other remote geographical locations may avail of the Bull Loan Program launched by the PCC to sustain its GIP. Other reproductive biotechnologies such as the embryo production and transfer technology are utilized to complement AI. The distinct traits of native or indigenous carabao, however, is ensured of not getting lost in the frenzy of upgrading and improving breeds. Female native carabaos of superior qualities are continuously subjected to performance analysis and selection. For future generation, genetic materials of important livestock species in the form of semen, oocytes, embryos, somatic cells, and DNA are conserved. Animal genetic resource cryobanking is applied to protect animal genetic diversity.
The milk, of course, is can be translated into income. The benefits of the farmers is the income that can be derived from the sale of milk and milk products, and of course, sale of animals. It contributed directly to the daily income of the farmers, contributing like 300 to 500 pesos a day. So that is the direct contribution of the PCC programs to the lives of the farmers.
Development initiatives are ushered to farming families via established cooperatives, organizations, or associations to have access to livelihood opportunities. As this is obtaining, industry models are established to showcase production, post-harvest, and processing to marketing and distribution to various markets.
Dairy farmers should be happy. Happy because they have the money to provide them the basic needs, the clothing, the food, the shelter, and of course education of the children. They have to be happy, and they should enjoy the benefits from our dairy buffalo.
As the lead agency in livestock biotechnology research, puts premium importance on pursuing an aggressive human resource development program that redounds to the development of a competent workforce. The ultimate goal is to install and ensure an institutional strength along critical disciplines that require sound scientific interventions in areas such as breeding and genetics, reproductive biotechnology, animal health, nutrition and forage, product development, policy, and socio-economics.
The rationalization plan of the government allow us to shift to a more important role in developing the animal industry. In the case of the buffalo, we want to focus more on the industry gaps. We want to focus more on the farmers' problems, so that our researches will be directed to what they need, what they want, and so that the result of researches will be solving the problems of the farmers.
Expert exchange program that provides the scientists opportunities to share their knowledge with and learn from the world's best is working to achieve desired result of keeping up with cutting-edge competencies. Instituting strong and reliable partnership with relevant institutions in the world is also an important strategy for inclusive growth. While international collaborations are sustained, linkages with farmers, cooperatives, local governments, and research institutions are continuously strengthened. As its human resource is honed, research facilities in the PCC Central Research Laboratories are updated to be at par with the advancement of competencies of its people. This agency's National Gene Pool, Livestock Biotechnology Center, and Cryobank of Animal Genetic Resources augment these facilities that are maintained at the national headquarters in the Science City of Muñoz in Nueva Ecija. For wider reach, PCC has established and strengthened regional centers throughout the country. In all its workings, PCC applies global standards and sustains its commitment to excellence through its compliance with the integrated systems of quality management, environmental management, and occupational health and safety, engaging in all possible researches that can directly contribute to the development of the livestock industry, particularly on improving the breeds of the swamp buffaloes, is the overall concern of the PCC in its strategic shift as a major development agent in a science-based community. The ultimate goal is for PCC to be an effective R4D agency, contributing to the competitiveness of the agricultural sector. The national R4D agenda aims to directly contribute to the development of the buffalo industry and cover these thematic areas. In the leap forward, the commitment of PCC is grounded on the continuing assessment of the respective industries in livestock and other animals for human food. PCC is committed to carry out continuing and expanding initiative and intensified research-based enterprise build-up, or the IREB, in rural communities. The major focus is on organized and wide-scale genetic improvement program, systematic extension in tech delivery, and creation of favorable environment for enterprise development. Achievement of the set objectives and target is heavily grounded on a strengthened human resource competencies and growing linkages and partnerships. As the new frontier unfold, which challenge the mettle of PCC and its breakthroughs and many achievements attained so far, the agency is ready to take on the day-to-day battles while aggressively positioning itself as an important player in the world arena for dairy buffalo management and production. As it stands firm and remains sterling on its mission to install tangible benefits on the ground and in the lives of many, PCC vows to audaciously lead the livestock sector to a revolutionary inclusive growth for development.
Okay, so much more about the Philippine Carabao Center. At this point, we're going to have of a review of our final exam on Carabao production. So we are on this last section for Carabao. So we have 24 lang pala na questions to review for this session. So let's start with number 1 for beef cattle production. The characteristic of a breeder animals that must not be cow. No, among these are the correct answer is letter D, all of the above. So a cow um, should cow which comes every year and produces large amount of milk, and heifers which comes to feed. So second question, young animal of cattle usually under 1 year of age is letter A, calf, and a female of cattle under 3 years old which has not produced a calf is letter B, cows. And number 4, a term used to denote the average length of time in days between successive calvings is called letter A, calving interval. And the general term for any list of animals, bovine family, genus Bus is called, of course, letter A, cattle. So number 6 is a mating system where the bull is brought in and let loose with a herd of breeding heifers and cows during the breeding season is letter A, pasture mating. And number 7 is the mature female of cattle, one that has given birth is also letter C, cow. So number 8, the major beef production systems in the Philippines is letter A, backyard cattle raising. Number 9, any number of cattle under one management maintaining one premise and allowed to associate or come in contact with one another is letter C, herd. And number 10, a system of feeding where feeds are brought to the animals is letter A, or hand feeding. Number 11, an act of giving birth in cattle is, of course, letter B, calving. Number 12, sexually mature cattle is called letter C, bull, male cattle. Number 13, it's training an animal with a rope or chain to allow limited movement is called letter B, tethering. And number 14, the sexual period in female when they are receptive to mating is both letter A, heat period, and B, estrus period. So the answer is 17. Number 15, 1 to 2 year old cattle of either sex is letter A, yearly. Number 16, a mating system where an in-heat cow is brought to the bull or vice versa is letter D, hand mating. And number 17, the average gestation period in cow is about letter A, 283 days. And number 18, properly grown bulls on the range should be allowed to breed at letter A, 1 year of age. Number 19, estrus normally lasts for letter C, 10 to 12 hours for indigenous and zebu grades. Okay, number 20, the important aspects of the general disease prevention procedure is letter D, all of the above, which includes strict quarantine programs, sanitation, and process of early diagnosis of disease. Number 21, a male cattle castrated after reaching the breeding age is called stag or letter B. 22, common name for Glaricidus cipium is letter B, cacahuate. Number 23, what is the moisture content of an air-dried feed? It's letter B, none of the above. It's, it's less than, it's the content of air-dried feed. So, 24 is letter C, castration. Is also used, which uses word diesel for castration. So that's for section 7 for beef and cattle um, production. And I hope you're going to watch this video, and for more questions, just ask me through the Facebook chat. And I hope to see you again next week. Thank you.